This show may include opinions or interpretations that some viewers may find inaccurate or disagreeable. We welcome respectful conversation. If you have a question, concern, or request, please share it in the comments. For private inquiries, don't hesitate to get in touch with us directly through the appropriate channels. Thank you for watching and engaging respectfully. Hi, I'm Neo, your host and guide here on Facts vs. Legends. I'm a lifelong fan of folklore, forgotten history, and the stories that blur the line between what's real and what's imagined. This podcast is all about digging into famous legends, uncovering the facts behind them, and exploring the people and places that inspired them. Whether you're here for the mystery, the history, or just a good story, you're in the right place. Welcome to the very first episode of Facts vs. Legends. Today, we're venturing into one of America's most chilling folk tales, the legend of Sleepy Hollow. Is there any truth behind the Headless Horseman, or is it all just an eerie story spun for thrills? Let's find out. The legend of Sleepy Hollow follows a superstitious school teacher named Ichabod Crane, who arrives in a mysterious region known as Sleepy Hollow, a quiet valley near Tarrytown in the Dutch countryside of New York. The area is rumored to be haunted by the ghost of a Hessian soldier known as the Headless Horseman, who is said to have lost his head to a cannonball during the Revolutionary War and was buried in the churchyard of the old Dutch church. Ichabod becomes enamored with Katrina Van Tassels, the daughter of a wealthy farmer. But Katrina has many admirers, including a bold and mischievous local named Abraham Van Brunt, better known as Brom Bones. Jealous and threatened by Ichabod, Brom plays a series of pranks to scare him off. One evening, Ichabod attends a party at the Van Tassel estate, where he hears ghost stories about the Headless Horseman. Later that night, while riding home through the woods, Ichabod becomes uneasy. His horse briefly panics, and when he regains control, he nears the infamous bridge near the church, the very spot where the horseman is said to appear. Suddenly, a figure on horseback begins to follow him. The rider gives chase. As he nears the bridge, Ichabod hopes crossing it will save him, but the rider hurls what appears to be a severed head at him. It strikes Ichabod, knocking him from his horse. By morning, Ichabod has vanished. The only clues left behind are his hat and a shattered pumpkin near the river. Most believe he was taken by the horseman. Others suspect he fled. Brom quickly courts and marries Katrina, leaving the truth a mystery. If you're enjoying this episode and want more content like it, support us by subscribing and giving us a like on YouTube or Spotify. You can also consider donating. Just check the link in the description below. Every bit of support helps us keep the stories coming. Thank you. The legend of the Headless Horseman didn't originate in America. Similar stories appear in German, Irish, Scottish, and even Indian folklore. These ghostly riders often lost their heads in battle and roam in search of vengeance or burial. Washington Irving likely drew from these tales, particularly the German legends brought over by immigrants when creating Sleepy Hollow's phantom horseman. The name Ichabod Crane came from a real military officer, Colonel Ichabod B. Crane, who served in the War of 1812. Irving never met him, and the real Crane was reportedly unhappy about the character's use of his name. The personality of Ichabod Crane, however, is believed to be based on two schoolteachers known to Irving, Samuel Youngs and Jesse Merwin. Merwin, who taught in Kinderhook, New York, was a personal friend of Irving and considered the primary model for Ichabod's character. Katrina may have been based on women from the real Van Tassel family. Two women, Eleanor and Katrina Van Tassel, are frequently mentioned as possible inspirations. The Van Tassels were well known in the region. Their farm was burned by British and Hessian troops during the Revolutionary War. One legend claims their daughter was found cradled in the arms of a deceased Hessian soldier. Still, The Headless Horseman in Irving's story is thought to be based on a different Hessian soldier killed in 1776, making a direct connection unlikely. Brom bones was likely inspired by a real-life blacksmith named Abraham Martling, known by the nickname Brom. He was described as strong, bold, and charismatic, and rode a large black horse, much like the one in the tale. Sleepy Hollow was originally called North Tarrytown. It didn't officially become Sleepy Hollow until 1996. However, Irving's story made the area famous much earlier, drawing on its real geography and mysterious ambience. Washington Irving was a celebrated writer who helped shape early American literature. The legend of Sleepy Hollow is a work of fiction, but it drew from real places, real people, and real fears of its time. Though there may never have been a real Headless Horseman, the story continues to haunt our imaginations, making it one of America's most enduring legends. And that wraps up our very first episode of Facts versus Legends. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to stick around for more fascinating stories where we separate truth from myth. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Facts versus Legends.